Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today, you might think that we're doing a Dogeminer 2 video, but if you read the title, then you would know that no, we are not doing a Dogeminer 2 video. I would like to be talking about, grade 4, which was last year. I'm in grade 5 now. Grade 4 was a very weird year, in my opinion. Like, it was a lot of weird things happened. It was really fun, actually, compared to what school is usually like. Also, Dogeminer 2 got a new Christmas update, which looks really nice. But yeah, back to the actual point of the video. So yeah, grade 4 is really interesting because a lot of things, I've talked about a lot of different things in previous videos, like we would get to play on Chromebooks a lot, and there's a lot of like people in our class who are like really funny but also really savage at the same time. So yeah, let's get into it. So in grade 4, we had this subject called Makerspace. Basically what we would do is you'd be put in teams, or most of the time you could choose your teams, but sometimes you'd be put in little groups, and basically you just made stuff, did stuff. We played on Scratch and code.org and stuff on the Chromebooks. But near the end of the year, we played around with like these green screens. So basically, we would get a green screen and we'd have our group, and yeah, we would just like basically take little photos, or we could take a video, and then just choose a photo to add onto it. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. And for one of them, we had like one of our friends on, like we had a picture of a chicken nugget that was like cut in half, like it was opened up, and we put him like sitting in the middle of it. And like one of my other friends, well, unbelievable basically. We made him like riding an elephant, and it was interesting. But yeah, other than that, Makerspace was pretty interesting. We did some interesting stuff, made up some interesting memes and stuff. Like that's actually where I came up, or where my friend came up with the thing SpongeDog. That's where it came from, Makerspace. So yeah, that's a bit interesting. We also did this really cool thing in music. So at my school, like pretty much no one likes music. Like it's always really boring, not very fun. But this was different. Well, the majority of the year, like the entire beginning of the year, the first 2 terms or so, they were both pretty boring in terms of music. But term 3, like in like June to May, were when stuff really got interesting. Basically, what we were meant to do is make like these movie trailers on iMovie, and then what we would do is we would go onto like this thing called like Garage something, like GarageBand or something, and we would basically, like like we would make music from there and then add it to the trailer and make it sound good. And we decided to name ours The Nub Club Strikes. It was a horror like trailer, like a horror film. And basically, since at the time my friend, who's now called Unbelievable, used to be called the Nub Club, so he was like the main villain in it. Well, not a villain, but like a monster, like the antagonist, basically. And it was extremely funny because we had a whole friend group in it, because we had like a group of 5. But we kind of forgot that we were only meant to do trailers, so we kind of ended up doing a trailer, like as an intro, and then we made like a short, like 5-minute little film, and we didn't have enough time at the end to add the music from GarageBand, so instead we just kept the music from the trailer, which was a million times better. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we presented them to the class like everyone did, and ours was obviously the best. Basically, the plot of the story is this group of people, this group of grade 4s, are going into music room to grab. I have to go and grab my coat that I left in the music room, and when we go in, we hear this music playing, and then basically the Nub Club jumps out and starts attacking one of my friends, Jackson. He attacks him, and basically, well, it looks like he kills him. He doesn't actually kill him. He comes back later in the story. But then me and Jesse get out of there, and we go to the principal, who's in the story called Mr. Bacon. And basically, he's like the funny one in our little group. And basically, he acts as the principal. And he basically comes in. We try and show him the Nub Club. He doesn't come at first, But then suddenly the nub club jumps out of nowhere and attacks Mr. Bacon. And then he like pushes a chair into him and he falls over, and then we try to interrogate the nub club so we can find Jackson. But then he's like hiding behind, he hid Jackson behind like the piano. And yeah, basically we end up rescuing him, but that the nub club escapes. And that's the story. Alright, now on to the story that I've been waiting to tell because it happened at the end of the year, so I have to tell it last. Well, it's not going to be the last, but probably. But yeah, that's the whole reason I wanted to make this video. So basically, there was this kid in my class who I'm going to call Ryan. And basically, he wasn't exactly known for a troublemaker, but he could be kind of disruptive sometimes. That's not what he was known for, like some people in my class. But basically, the teacher had left the room literally for like 2 minutes. He had left the classroom for like a minute, and just as usual, people were talking, being a bit louder than usual, doing stuff that they wouldn't do if the teacher was there. But this kid, Ryan, decided to do something a bit different. Basically, my friend Unbelievable was just kind of like tipping his desk a little bit, like not to the point where it fell, but like he was just kind of like tipping it. Like I've done that before with like my chair, how I kind of like tip it to like 2 legs instead of 4. It's just kind of better sometimes. So he was doing that with his desk, and then Ryan literally walked over to Unbelievable's desk and slammed his desk onto the ground. Like it literally, a part of the desk like broke off, and he started yelling a bit, doing dumb stuff, and then that teacher came back in and asked who was smashing Unbelievable's desk. So everyone was like, oh yeah, it was Ryan. It was like, and then teacher was like, okay, you're in at recess. And I guess he really loves recess, because as soon as he said that, Ryan got up out of his chair, flipped his own desk, like slammed it onto the ground, and then proceeded to yell and swear at the teacher. Before the teacher yelled back at him, told him to get out of the classroom, he got sent to the office, normal stuff. But seriously, he was literally swearing at the teacher as loud as he possibly could, just because he had to stay in at recess. Like, it was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, and this was a bit earlier in the year, but it was still interesting nonetheless. So there was this other kid in my class, which I don't know what I'm gonna call him. Let's call him Chris. It's kind of fitting, to be honest. But yeah, he was this kid in my class who, like I was talking before, he was one of those kids who was kind of known for being disruptive. Like he'd cause a lot of disruptions, like earlier in the year. That's kind of what he was known for. He was like the main class clown. And one time during lunchtime, I don't remember exactly when this was, but it was sometime last year, obviously. And so my friend Unbelievable, he has an apple that he used to always bring to school. He'd always bring a green apple to school. And he never really liked them that much, so he would usually just, I don't know what he'd do with them, but ever since this time, he would always give them to Chris. I almost said his actual name. But yeah, to Chris, because what he did this day was literally, like Colton, Unbelievable, gave Chris the apple because he didn't really want it. So he proceeded to literally throw it across the room, like throw it at the wall from across the room. And then he was basically like smashing on the ground and stuff, like during the classroom. But there was no one supervising, so he could do that. And it kind of turned into almost like some kind of war. Like literally, me and my friend were just like hiding under the desk because he was literally throwing the apple at people. I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was also kind of scary because like he could throw it at you and it could hurt a lot. But yeah, he was just kind of being a savage kid. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know how long this is going to be. Probably not too long. If you did, please like the video, turn on notifications, subscribe, share with all your friends and family, whoever you know. your neighbors. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Sorry for not uploading in a while. Also, I haven't used my intro and outro in a long time, so I'll try and get on using them. But yeah, I'll probably make a video tomorrow maybe, and Minecraft video on Friday. If you're still watching to this point, subscribe right now if you're not already. And yeah, I'll actually end the video now.